resume record. So just please be advised that this Zoom room is going to be recorded, and we are going to have a Q&A portion at the end, and we do need to vacate 154 at 12:40. We'll move over to the other room, the other side of the room, if we need to utilize that time. And this is just our land acknowledgement for today, just to acknowledge the lands that we are on as USF students.
Hi, Bree. Yeah, so thank you everyone for attending in person, our first ever town hall. We want to start off with our land acknowledgement. So we're actually standing on the land that is, we would like to acknowledge that we are located on the unceded, stolen, and colonized land of Romay Tush, Olon, the original peoples of San Francisco. If you want to learn more, you can visit the site native-land.ca. And for those attending in person here at room 155, there's free food, there's donuts, so feel free to get one while you're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Thor. Alrighty, so go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, so today we're going to be officially introducing GSB and our mission and goals moving forward, and we're going to hear some short intros from our current officers. Then I'll kick it back over to our student advocacy leaders to go into what we are expecting for future town halls, followed by those updates from GSB, as well as going into that student inquiry forum where our students will tell you a little bit more about that later. So as you know, we are the School of Management Graduate Student Board, and our purpose is to support the graduate student body of the University of San Francisco School of Management. So in a nutshell, we want to represent and advocate the interests for all graduate students in programs under the School of Management. And we do that by utilizing our resources in collaboration with other USF entities like GSS, graduate student organizations, and the Office of Graduate Student Success and Engagement. And last year we focused largely on social events, and we're coming back from COVID restrictions, getting back into those in-person events and connections. But this year our main goals are going to be hosting more student-centered, development-focused programming, and further building that community and connection to our school. We want to build a student leadership structure that's really inclusive of SOM graduate students and increase their involvement in both leadership positions and events on campus, as well as offer more opportunities for leadership for our students. Next slide. Okay, kicking off our introductions. While not everybody is able to be here today, I do want to make sure we highlight our team as a whole. So introducing our 2022 to 2023 Graduate Student Board. Next slide. So our executive team, first off, I am Bree Pasqua. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the current president of the Graduate Student Board. Last year, I was the part-time rep of the Inaugural Board, and I'm currently in the Masters of Nonprofit Administration program. And I'll be graduating in the spring, so this is my last year on the board. It's been a real honor being part of this opportunity, and you can contact me for just about any inquiries that you have for GSB, but I can point you in the right direction for one of our amazing board members to help you out and be a liaison between our office and SOM administration. So I serve on school boards and committees to represent GSB and SOM as a whole. So I will go ahead and pass it off to Gohar.
Hi, I'm Gohar, and I'm in the Marketing Intelligence program. I'm set to graduate next year in July, and I'm the Vice President of the GSB. My purpose is usually to help the entire team, assist the president, and make sure GSB runs smoothly. Yeah, I'll pass it off to VP of Finance, Bhavesh.
Hello, thank you, Gohar. My name is Bhavesh. I'm in the Masters in Financial Analysis program, and I'm set to graduate in December 2023. I'm the VP of Finance for the Graduate Student Board, and my role in this organization is to manage the budget and chairing the finance committee and ensuring we utilize the student activity fees, which we collect from all the graduate students to the best of our ability, and make sure that we are creating maximum opportunities for the graduate student organizations and the student body as a whole. Thank you.
Thanks,
Uh,
Devesh.
Yep.
So I will go ahead and introduce Meshley. She is our VP of Clubs and Secretary, and she'll be a liaison between GSB and all of the graduate student organizations, as well as coordinating all of our internal administration efforts for GSB. And next, I'll go ahead and pass it off to our officers. So next slide.
Hi. I'm the next one, I think. So I'm a Patricia Dongchom. I will graduate next year in spring semester. I am a VP of Event and Community Building. So I will responsible for planning and implementation of TSB sponsor service and event. I will plan, implement, and direct the event for GSB and coordinate and foster program in collaboration with the Office of Student Success and Engagement and other graduate student organization. If you have any idea that you want to do together, please let me know. I will feel free to do that together with everyone. Thank you. And we pass to the Ashwarya.
Hi everyone, I'm Aishwarya Patil. I'm from MSCI program. I'll be graduating next year in 2023. I'm VP of Marketing and Public Relations. I'll be handling marketing and communication for our GSP. And I'll also look after our social media, creating website for our GSP and any external communication, ensuring uplifting our graduate student organizations, and also the spirit of justice, equality, diversity, and inclusion on campus. Thank you.
Hi, so you've all known our executive team and our GSP officers, and I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Thor Mutok. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm in the MBA program class of 2024, and I represent the voice and opinions of full-time students, and together with Shar, we're working together to represent the needs and voice and experience for the whole student community, both full-time and part-time students.
Yes, as Thor mentioned, I am Charlene Flores. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I use the pronouns she and her, and together with Thor, we create collaborative initiatives just like this town hall for us to hear your voice in each of your programs and your overall experience in University of San Francisco. So moving on, Associate Dean Stackman is not yet here, but we will be expecting him to come in a few minutes. So the GSB Town Hall, or the Graduate Student Board Town Hall, is part of our goal to have, as mentioned a while ago, more frequent communication with the student body to regularly update our plans, progress, and to assist everyone in addressing our concerns and provide feedback for the betterment of your whole student experience in University of San Francisco. So we plan, So our plan for the GSB Town Hall is to have it every other month. And the whole SOM community is invited, just like what we have today. Associate Dean Stackman, thank you so much for coming, and all program directors who are in Zoom right now. And hopefully the setup for the next few months will be HyFlex as well. So yeah, and for the student inquiries form that we have, you can scan this, and anything that you want and concerns that you have in mind, classes, programs, breaks, or celebrations that you want in mind, just put it here. You can choose to be anonymous, or you can choose to put your name so that we can address you properly with the concerns that you guys are having. So you can just scan it there. Everyone will, or our student board will also disseminate this information to everyone, or your WhatsApp group and Slack as well. So now, can we invite Associate Dean Stackman to just say a few words?
Exactly like that picture.
Just to say some few words to the community. Dean?
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey again, Bree. It's good to see you. She was just in an hour-and-a-half meeting with me, so how's everybody doing? Good. Are you gonna make it to the end of the semester? Okay. As soon as I say end of semester, everybody has a smile on their face. Wow. How many of you are just in your first year? Okay, so everyone here. Well, congratulations on making it through your first semester here. I'm sure it hasn't been uneventful for you, but I hope that you've been challenged, you've learned a lot, and that you're prepared to enjoy your, is it 5 weeks? You got about 5 weeks off? Everybody have legitimate plans to decompress, get away from here and come back recharged for the spring?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I want to thank the GSB for, and Bree, hi Bree, I don't want to forget about you while you're there, for putting together the town hall. I live in a bubble most of the time, and most of the time I hear from faculty. And so anything that will sort of remove the bubble so that I hear more from the students and your concerns are, it's a good thing. I tend to be more on the side that I like universities where the students control some things. The best example is Washington and Lee University. The students administer the honor code. Faculty, staff, they aren't involved in it. And the students do it a lot better than faculty and staff. So anytime that students are stepping forward and taking charge of the things that they should be responsible for, I'm all for that. That does not mean it will not create headaches for me. And if that happens, just remind me that I was here today saying what I just said, that you should be doing it.
The session is recorded.
Okay. I should have checked on that first, but you didn't ask my permission for it. Sorry.
Wasn't the start.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, those are the things that need to come forward. And likely some of your best ideas, I'm not going to necessarily say that we will solve it. I will say that you come up with things that you can solve so that I can make sure the resources are there. And I guess one of the definitions of being an associate dean is cutting through bureaucracy. And there is a lot of bureaucracy at USF. And both Dean Otko and I absolutely detest it. So we like to challenge the system. So if you want to come up with some things about challenging the systems, I'm all for that. Other questions you have for me? I'm just telling you to take a big bite out of your education. Oh, one other thing, I think we talked about it when we met, is you're only in this thing for a year, especially the or 2 years, and it goes quickly. So don't go off in a lot of ideas. Make sure that you start building some things so that when you come back in 5 years, you'll see that, wow, it's grown, and you can identify that it was you, this group of students, that made this change. And then you can go up to the current students and say, we made it easier for you. Okay, when they think about some of the best things that they're experiencing, it came from students. Okay, that's my challenge to you. Questions, concerns?
You a student?
What?
What you a student?
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, so is this the place for us to give feedback on how programs are and how we are experiencing this and what we want to give, as a feedback for the following semesters? Is this the place? So we do that here, or we should go to our program director? You don't want to kind of skip or make the wrong.
The answer is all of them.
Both?
Yeah, I don't want it to be so rigid or hierarchical per se. It's, I think you'll be having these every month, you say?
Every month.
Every month. If there's time in the schedule where you actually want to invite me and see me and, outline some concerns, that's great. If you're talking to people, say the program director or Janine or whatever, and you don't think you're getting anywhere, well, then that needs to come to me. So you can send messages to me. I'm not big on surprises, so I'd rather hear about things sooner to make sure they're dealt with than later. So that escalation of concerns, that doesn't work well. So I don't know if I just answered your question, but it's more
I'm saying what's the best. So I'm Valerio, by the way. I'm a full-time MBA student, first year. So I really think this is precious because we do have with my colleagues, there are 3 semesters.
Yeah.
So I think there are some things that actually are both pretty easy for programs to solve, and at the same time, very, very important and effective on our perception of the organization overall. Couple of things super easy, so very quick to fix. I would give you an example, and then I'll go for with the process of doing things like more structured probably. But let me tell you one, like Canvas, right? We use Canvas for program for all the classes. So there is no guideline for teachers how to use that. And you might not even think about it because from the faculty side, it's just the way you give documents or, informations. But from the student side, it's like, it can be a mess. Like for everyone is using, and it's very easy stuff, but if you structure that touch point and you have all the faculty within your semester, giving information in a structured way. So again, it's super, super small, but again, it's super, super important because readings here, all the teachers should put the readings in a way. Otherwise they, modules, pages, Zoom link, informations, it's just, you spend a lot of time. But at the same time, if you give guidelines and everyone is performing the same, you have, as a student, you have the teachers and eventually the university kind of structure, they know what they are doing. So this is an example. Another example could be, but many other. I'm gonna go with the board here. But this is an example.
So, but you're going to be collecting these ideas.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to step in, actually.
And you're collecting these and then prioritizing them and then, briefing me so that I can say I can take care of this immediately. This will take more work. Your recommendation, faculty don't like to be told what to do on the base from, say, other faculty or the associate dean. However, what we were able to do in the EMBA program is the students came together and sort of said, this is what we want. And when it gets presented to faculty from students, it goes a lot better. So, and as long as you can make it with Canvas, because faculty have different levels of, shall we say, prowess with Canvas, that if we can just have a base model.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very,
And all that.
like it's basically folders, it's folders. But the guideline, just, I don't want to say that teachers should teach differently or have not having their flexibility on what they do. But the very basic stuff, you get the feeling that it's there was someone thinking about that. Otherwise now it's like, everyone is doing whatever they want.
The way I interpret that and what we say to the EMBA students is by doing this and cutting down on the logistics, we expect that the students spend more time with the material. If you're having to chase down articles or you don't know where they are and you're emailing each other and all that, that is time that you could be spending, studying or discussing content more. So,
And also, again, for the value of the school itself, it's a very easy point, but a very effective one, because you touched the school there, right? It's where you see how well it's organized.
Yeah.
So it's a very quick and easy stuff to fix, but a very precious in terms of what we feel like.
All right, thank you.
Agenda, right?
No. Step in.
Yeah, that's okay, Dave.
But thank you, Valerio. We appreciate the feedback, and we're here to actually have frequent communications with the student body. And having you here is a pleasure for all of us. So thank you, Associate Dean Richard Stackman.
So we have to make sure that the processes are in place, and there's got to be redundancy so that things are heard. Okay, there's places you can always express things, but are they being heard by the right people? Okay, so I could not be happier.
Yeah.
Is this my cue to exit now? Talk about things without me in the room?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. And that's where we're here to help as the Graduate Student Board and to discuss more about our initiatives for this year and our upcoming events. We have Bree to take over our updates.
Thanks, folks. Also, I just wanted to kind of clarify. So the process that we're going to be putting in place is we're going to be gathering student inquiries during these sessions in these town halls, and we're going to be bringing that back to Dean Stackman or whoever needs to hear those and have those discussions. And then at the following GSB town hall, we will give you those updates or updates on when we will be able to provide that information to you. So it's going to kind of be a streamlined process so that you all know when to hear about updates, and we can take part in bridging that gap between those two, administration and student conversations. So I just wanted to clarify that, and hopefully we can use this as a time for us to gather information. But inquiry forms are going to be key to that so that we can inform our town halls. So for the GSB updates, the first thing that I wanted to let you know is we are working with OGESI to create a club connect, so enhancing collaborations with our graduate student leaders. This is going to be an opportunity for us to really work together and combine resources, combine events, and make sure that we're not duplicating efforts or making it too spread out to where we aren't enhancing the use of our funds and resources for students. The next thing is just GSB funding for GSOs. Not a lot of people know this, but I want to let folks know that if you are an active graduate student organization, GSB does offer $1,000 per semester for operational funds. So you can use that towards anything that you need within purview of what we can use student activity fees for. So make sure you get that word out, and we do have a funding form on our link tree in our Instagram bio. So click on that if you would like to submit. Bhavesh is going to be in charge of working on that budget and connecting with the students on that. And then behind the scenes, we have been doing a lot of foundational building for GSB to make sure that we're sustainable as a group moving forward. Student advocacy meetings, we've been doing that with Shar, Thor, and myself, as well as working with GSS. We are going to be planning regular meetings with Dean Stackman as well. So we want to make sure that we are informing as much as we can. Internal processes and external inquiries, we've been working on making sure that we can provide the best experience for you. And that starts with our internal processes and making sure that it's accessible to you all, as well as our events and programming meetings. So those are going to be very key in making sure that we get that information out ahead of time so that you all can get your input and we can receive feedback on future programming and initiatives. The last thing from GSB that I wanted to mention is that we are doing spring elections. We're going to be starting those in March. So our planning meetings will be starting in January. You can inquire through our contact form in our Instagram bio if you have any questions about that. But more information to come on that in March. Lastly, the Augusty updates were shared already that Justin, our advisor, had left on December 2nd. So we want to make sure that we are allowing grace to their mighty team of two, Janine and Tamara, who are both here today. And then there are some welcome back happy hours to be planned, those annual spring welcome back sessions. And this second slide, these are current events that are happening in Augusty. So if Janine or Tamara, you want to step in to give any updates on your end, please feel free.
Thank you, Bree. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, just really quickly, yes, we are hosting Wellness Week where we provide free hot chocolate and coffee on the 5th floor, and there's actually cookies too. That will be going on until Thursday. So stop by, make sure you grab something. And then also our holiday party. Unfortunately, we are at capacity because I've had some students reach out to me that forgot to RSVP despite the several emails that had gone out regarding the party. But I have created a wait list, and if space should come available, I will add students on a first come, first served basis. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week. And then also lastly, as you guys may or may not know, but we do have some students graduating this fall, and graduation is on Friday, December 16th. From 3 to 6. Obviously you need a ticket, but just send good thoughts to all of our graduates that are finishing up their programs and heading on to new ventures after December 16th. And then finally, best of luck to everybody. I know it's finals, you guys are busy, and congrats to Bree and the rest of GSB for hosting their first town hall. It's a great turnout from what I could see on Zoom and in room 154. But that's it, that's all I got. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Janine. Now for the student advocacy reports, just to concretize what we were saying a while ago, that we are here to address your concerns. So first, Thor.
Yeah, so we wanted to be transparent on what we're working on, both Shar and I. So from the start that we were elected as your student representative, we've been working and we've been listening to you guys. And we want this to happen more and more. And so that you should be able to remember our face and think of us if you have any concerns, opinions about your whole student experience. So first off, we actually had a student to request from one of their professors ask the student to request from the professors to hold high flex, and we also promoted the ISO Diwali event. But in this way, we are starting the conversation, religious scamming. And then second, we had a collaborative from the Graduate Student Senate, which is Emmanuel there. And then we also discuss future events, and we commit to attend their monthly meetings for the overall graduate student experience, not just in our graduate experience, not just in the School of Management. Yep.
So we have also the academic programming. We requested the SOM demographics because, as mentioned, we have part-time students and full-time students, and we have different programs from I would like to have directors present in our Zoom room today. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. If you have questions, everyone in Zoom or here in person, we have a Q&A session later for them also if you have any questions with the programs. And yeah, we received this already and we are working on it, how we can disseminate information more to these different programs for you guys. And another in progress thing, and we've heard you already, that we had an initial meeting with Ogesi already with Janine and Tamara. regarding the placement of vending machines in the here in the downtown campus. And yes, it's a big thing already because full-time students and both part-time students have classes exceeding from 5 p.m. onwards. And we know that establishments here around the downtown campus is already closed, and it would be great if we have a source of energy or food and drinks here in the downtown campus. So that's it for the student advocacy reports. If you have any concerns, again, please do bring it up, and we'll continue reporting on these things in the next few town halls. Yeah, next is we would like to call on Patricia, our VP of programs, just to Ash, for the different platforms for marketing for GSB.
So we have many platforms or social media platforms or GSB. First is Instagram, LinkedIn, and also we are working on a website where you can directly contact our GSB members, and also you can operate with. We are also working in collaboration with different organizations for the website. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Ash. Now for the events that we had. Patricia?
Yeah, Sunday, like to support us, have to join or any career path, or maybe something that we can help you to do it together. Yeah. And the last one is student center development focus that we all just be here. We are a center for everyone. So I think we are in the same side. If you need something, if we can help you for any reason, please let us know, and we would like to support any career opportunity or the fun activity together in the future. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you so much, Patricia. And that's it for the whole program. If you have any other questions, for the Zoom room, do you guys have any questions? Just bring it up, speak up. And for the ones in room, just raise your hands.
Yep, if you have any questions about how we function or program as an organization, how we collaborate with the faculty and the staff and administration, feel free to raise it up. And also for our program directors, maybe if you have any questions for us as GSB officers, we'd like to hear from you as well and from the other attendees.
Hi, folks. I just wanted to step in real quick before we open back up. Can we go back to the social media slide? I do want to let you know that we are rebranding to target a launch of our new logo and website, and Ash and I are working closely on that just to make sure that it's more in line with our mission and purpose. And the website will be an effort from us to be more accessible to students. So we're going to be trying to launch a appointment site so you know exactly who you're meeting with and how long and when they're available, as well as utilizing that site to bring together all of the collaborative efforts with other graduate student orgs. So we want to post events and make sure that our website is a hub so that you can look at everything in one place, and it's not just kind of getting sent to you over emails, because we know it is going to be a big rush of emails during the spring semester. So that's something that is one of our goals this year, to create that more accessibility for students and even for faculty and staff. So we could go back and open it back up to the folks in the room online. So raise your hand, and we will be taking notes to address your questions. And if we can't address them today, we can definitely address them moving forward in a future town hall.
There's no question, I'll ask one. So since there's program directors from all the other departments as well, and we've known all these other MSCI, MSMI people, and all of us want to get together and, be together on event. And so we do that outside of the university. And so if, the graduate student board, all of us can, get together and have a thing which we can all do together. It would be fantastic to, get the spirit up for the whole whole university, yeah.
That's a great suggestion. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Samuel.
I think a lot of the students would like to see more employers on site on a more frequent basis. Is there anything that's going to be done about bringing more like recruiters here on site in the future?
Bree, would you like to answer it?
Yes. So that is definitely something that we have all been talking about together as GSB, and it's an apparent concern for a lot of folks on campus. And Gohar and I are working on his initiative to try and work on that, but we will have more information about that in our next February town hall. We're going to be having some conversations with the Alumni Association, Career Development Association, and Dean Stackman before we want to push out that communication to everyone else.
The discussion is important. It's a priority for DNATCO. We talked about it yesterday. Okay, about just graduate careers and all that.
Yeah, there are a couple of points on that as well.
So someone from the Zoom raises their hand. Let's see what they have to say.
Arisha?
Yes. Hey, hi everyone, and thanks GSB for organizing this. This is the first town hall, and I think this has been so great. Appreciate you guys for all your efforts. And I think in the forums, one of the things that I saw is career fairs. So are we planning something for SOM specifically? Because I attended a few on the main campus, but just looking forward for anything here. And if you guys need any help in collaborating or putting that together, I'm all here. But yeah, just wanted to know.
Absolutely. Thank you. We would love to collaborate on any of those efforts, and Gohar will reach out to you directly as we continue those conversations. And please reach out to us as well. If you have things planned already, we would love to help you collaborate on those. We can provide help with resources, funding, and just support, but with, people support as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully we can bring one big event like that for all the SOM.
Yeah, definitely. I'll reach out back to you after this town hall, just so that we can get that connection started. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you.
Let's take one more from Zoom.
Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa.
Hey guys, firstly, I would love to appreciate the Graduate Student Board and all the directors who are here, who are listening to us voicing out our concerns. Really appreciate this event. I would actually raise a suggestion in the careers space itself. I know it's going to be raised in the next town hall, and you guys have great plans for that. If we could get in, like a lot of our professors and directors have some great contacts and some great companies around San Francisco. And if we could get some companies in the fall semester and the spring semester to give a pre-placement talk to our students, that would really help students to understand what job prospects are available in what companies. And we would get like a first-hand approach from these companies as to what we require on our resume and the skills that we need to sort of match the requirement standard of the companies in SF. That would be great to see if we could execute that.
Yes, I'm going to just step in real quick just to give a quick answer. That is one of the initiatives that we are pushing. All of us on GSB feel the same way. So thank you so much for raising that. One of the ways that we want to try and do that is to host, fireside chats and guest speakers with GSB and the other graduate student orgs that have those connections and work in conjunction with the professors who have those contacts. So those are going to be planned. Hopefully we can push some of those out mid-spring semester and moving forward with fall with Thor and Shar taking over.
I've got one serious question on the other front, since Dean Stackman is here as well and the other directors. So this is not relevant to us now, but on the next year when we choose electives, when the other department wanted to choose an elective with MBA, the project management and things like that, they went through hell. To contact Frank with us is also difficult. The proper way in which you can so program directors and yeah, so we
This is really true for STEM designation, correct?
yeah, not just STEM, it was on the other side as well, non-STEM as well. But yeah, the electives on different.
Because that is an issue on the STEM.
Yeah,
We're trying, we've been working
You've
on
been
that.
helpful.
Yeah,
All of them have
we've
been
on that.
helpful.
We've been working on
But the other departments, that's what I, got the input, yeah.
Thank you so much for that. We'll be taking note of everything that has been discussed here, but if you guys have any more questions? Yes.
Well, I guess I could phrase this as a question, but I have this more as a request for you guys to consider. We really need to rebrand the school as the Masagung Graduate School of Management. We need to start using Masagung more. And so in the University of San Francisco, where it just says School of Management, we do have, where it says Masagung Graduate School of Management. And you may be satisfied with the Graduate Student Board, but to have it the Masagung Graduate Student Board, I think sets it apart.
Usually they charge for that. Usually they charge for that. When you get the name Graduate Student Board, you get money for it.
Oh, yeah, and we're trying to get more money from the Masagung. So they want to see the name more prominent. And so, and then, I went to Berkeley before it was Haas. But now I refer to it as Haas. Everybody refers to it as Haas. So something that we can start now is that, as we work on rankings and all that, when people hear, they don't think of school, they go Masagung. Oh, that's at USF instead of relying on USF. So, okay. So start building the Masagung name.
Okay.
My business cards say Masagung Graduate School of Management.
Thanks, Dean Stackman. Yeah, this is really timely because we are rebranding. So this is a perfect time for us to change that and update all of our names and branding logos and things like that.
Already rebrand. So, okay, good, excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk more about that actually later on. Thanks.
I think we're okay with just one more. I have the last question. Do you guys have food for this in-person town hall?
Yes.
So I wish those attending in Zoom can be able to attend our in-person town hall in spring and be able to meet you guys in person as well. And again, thank you all for coming. Those who Zoom participants, GSP officers, our program directors, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
Alright,
you,
so-
everyone.
Happy holidays.
Thank
See
you
at
so
the
much.
upcoming holiday party. See if you already got an RSVP.
Yes.
And
Grab some donuts before you guys leave.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, and I'm missing donuts.
I know, me too. I have FOMO.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone online. Feel free to contact us directly as well. I put my info in the slides and we will send those all out to everybody that attended today. Yes, Dr. George, we will send the slides and the recording out post meeting.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
I was very excited. It was a really bad habit of doing that much.
Don't have anything in my teeth.
Thank you so much.
Habit is what you do every day.
Yes.
I don't do it every day, so you can't call it a habit.
do you want to talk to me or do you want to?